Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Wave. I'm Kate.
And I'm Maggie. We are so excited for this week's episode.
This week we have a country artist. Let's take a look.
My name is Kenna Elpers, and I am from Southern Indiana. I've been playing music around out and about for about 5 years now. Moving to Nashville and having to completely kind of rechange like my process of booking or marketing myself or promoting myself, it's been completely different because, you know, going from a small town kind of, I think moving here and learning how to do it more so on my own has been a bit of a challenge, but it's also been like a really great one, you know, because I've gotten to meet so many new people. I'm getting to learn more about the industry, but I'm also learning that there are thousands upon thousands of other people doing the same thing, which is awesome. Like, I think that's incredible that I get to be like close with these people and we get to bring each other up together, which is what I love about Nashville. Everybody's kind of trying to like use each other to like build each other together. If I could open up for any artist, it would probably have to be Dolly Parton. I loved her writing since I was younger, and since I am a songwriter, I've been able to relate to her on that sense. I went to one of her concerts, she didn't even seem real, and I was like, that's on my bucket list now. I was like, I would at least meet her, if not open up for her. My process of writing songs is kind of interesting. I usually, either they just come to me at like 3 a.m. and I wake up and I write it, or recently it's taken me like sitting down at once a day and just like devoting it to trying to come up with new ideas. And then from there, once I have those ideas, I just start, when I feel something or when I feel a melody or anything, I just put it to, usually I like to put it to pen and paper first. I like to start off with that and then I'll type it up and do my thing. You know, like I feel like my writing is like my source. It's like kind of like a therapist on a page, because you can, anytime I'm nervous about something or I feel something, I put that into words of a song and I kind of throw those in the archives, but it's just the way for me to like feel better about every opportunity that I get, no matter how fearful I am. One of the biggest lessons I've learned being a musician is probably to not take any small opportunity for granted. The little opportunities that I got in the beginning, I think those were some of my most impactful on me, because it taught me basically how to perform for others, what people like, what people don't like how to like interpret my own music for others to enjoy. And I just want to show people that like just because you get those no's and you get those people who say it's never going to work for you or you can't do it, like the only person that can tell you you can't do it is yourself. So I just want people to know that, because if I would have known that, then I think that would have changed my mindset a little bit earlier. I'd like to thank The Wave for having me. I'm Kenna Elpers. You can follow me on all my social media. It's under Kenna Elpers Music. I've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that good stuff. And if you want to check out my website, it's kennaelpers.com. Thank y'all, and I'll talk to you soon.
She is adorable. I can't wait to hear her sing. But first, let's get you up to date on some music news.
The Nashville Songwriters Hall of Fame recently inducted 10 new members at Music City Center. With the 2020 gala being canceled due to COVID-19, those inductees were included in this year's class. Some of the artists include Toby Keith, Amy Grant, and Rhett Adkins.
The month we've all been waiting for is here. On November 12th, Taylor Swift will release Red, Taylor's version. The original had 16 songs, but Taylor's version will have 30, including a 10-minute version of All Too Well.
Country music fans, get excited. Kenny Chesney has announced that he will be back on the road for his Here and Now tour in 2022. He will be in Nissan Stadium on April 23rd with an amazing lineup of openers, including Old Dominion, Dan and Shay, and Carly Pierce.
And that's it for the music news. We'll be right back with Kenna after this break.
Welcome back, and as promised, we're here with Kenna Elpers. Hi, Kenna. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
We're doing good, and we're so excited to have you.
I'm so excited to be here. This is going to be so fun.
Yes, we're so excited.
And I love the outfit, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm a huge bargain shopper, so like all of this was at least like each piece.
I love it. Love to hear it.
Yeah.
Yes, we love a good deal. Love our matching hats today as well.
I do too. I was literally gonna tell you that I was going to wear the same one tonight.
Yes. Great minds think alike.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm glad I didn't, I guess.
Okay, so we're so excited just to have you here and very eager to get to know about your background and stuff. So like, where are you from and how did you end up here at MTSU?
So I was born and raised in a small town in southern Indiana. It's known as Cynthiana, Indiana.
Okay.
It's got like, I think we looked up the population one time, and I'm pretty sure it said like 450 if I'm not mistaken, and that's
wow.
outskirts and all. It's in the middle of cornfield.
Okay.
I grew up with my 2 brothers and my mom, dad, had a little doggy, all
Oh,
that.
love it.
But yeah, I grew up out there, and I went to school there and everything, and about 5 years ago or so, I decided that I wanted to take on music
Okay.
full time, and that kind of redirected my path a little bit to
Right.
wanting to kind of branch out more. So I wanted to be close enough to Nashville, Tennessee.
For sure. We love it
So
here.
yeah, of course, I love Nashville. Mask.
Yep.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I have a mask here. But I wanted to be closer to Nashville, Tennessee, but I also wanted to get an education.
Right.
So I started looking around and things, and my older brother actually told me about MTSU.
Okay.
So I ended up researching some more, and I found out they had the exact program that I wanted.
Yes.
Since I am a singer-songwriter and I do still want to perform and everything, I felt like it was close enough to Nashville to where I could still go there whenever need be, but then
Right.
I could also be far enough out to where I still had a little bit of home
Yeah, for sure.
with me and everything. So that's kind of why I decided MTSU, and I
Okay.
love it. It's
Yes.
awesome.
Well, we're glad to have you here with us, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like that was meant to be. You
Yeah.
being at MTSU with the perfect major and everything. So with the song that you are performing today, I Hate the Rain, can you tell us a little bit of background on that song specifically?
Yeah, I can. So that's one of the newer ones I'm going to the studio with currently. And that song really, it came out like I was driving home. It was a rainy, terrible day, and I was just thinking about how like anytime you think of rain, it's something negative. So whether it's like, in a scene in a movie or something like that, it's always based around something that might be like hurtful to you or might break your heart a little bit.
Right.
And I've never been the one to really write breakup songs a lot because I don't know how to write those. I'm more like an upbeat kind of person.
Okay, yeah.
But I thought to myself, like, I thought of it as like maybe somebody who had a bad experience in the rain, and I thought to myself, why not relate that to maybe a story of 2 people who just completely had to break apart and go their separate ways, even though one of them didn't want to,
Right.
and whatnot. And then from there, I just wrote the song. It took me like 20 minutes. It was one of those songs that I just had it in my
Wow.
brain. And from that point, I started I started posting it on like a few platforms, like on my TikTok and things like that, and it did really well. So now I'm going into the studio with it, and
Okay.
I'm hoping others can relate to it.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I love that. That's so cool.
That is super exciting.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
super quick, what do you think about in the future, if you could pick one venue, what's your like dream venue to perform at?
My dream venue is probably, I've got to say it's got to be the Grand Ole Opry.
Okay.
Just
Yes.
because I've loved that place.
Uh-huh.
Like I consider that like the building of dreams and
Yeah.
the city of
Okay.
dreams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to play at the Grand Ole Opry. It's been one of my dreams for a long time. But if not that, it would probably have to be, we have a stadium back home. It's called the Ford Center.
Okay.
And I would love to one day be able to play on that stage in front of like the entire like city of like Evansville and my hometown coming out. And I would love to get the chance to just be on that stage as well. So it's a tie between those 2.
Okay.
Grand Ole Opry probably not just close to first place.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like you want to be Grand Ole Opry. That's like the dream venue, but you always want to go back home and do that venue as well.
Exactly.
So you mentioned about your TikTok. So is there any other social medias that you want to let everyone know where they can find you?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I have all social media. I have Instagram, Facebook. I even have Twitter. I'm awful at Twitter, but I have it. I have TikTok, and I've got the normal Spotify, iTunes, everything. But you can usually find all of my Instas and Facebooks and everything under Kenna Elpers Music.
Okay.
So it's really simple, really easy. It's every single username, and you can go on there. I post about upcoming shows. I post about things like this. I post about my life as well. I post a lot about my family and my friends and growing up and all of that. It's that's got my whole life laid out from the past 5 years. So
Awesome. Well, we will definitely have to check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this interview, and we will be right back with Kenna.
When I feel a drop hit my skin, it takes me back to the night when we sit alone, never wanna go home. But as those drops got a little more heavy, gotta put up my own soul levee to avoid the flood that once was us. I hate the rain, it reminds me of harder days, like the day you ran away and said you couldn't be saved. When the clouds start rolling, my tears come back pouring. Every memory washes away like the dust off a window pane. I hate the rain, the tip-tap coming off of the tin roof match the same rhythm and groove of your heartbeat when you were lying with me, yeah. And that whistling wind from the storm up high leaves me feeling so empty inside, like the night you kicked me to the curb and said goodbye. Yeah, I hate the rain, it reminds me of harder days, like the day you ran away and said you couldn't be saved. When the clouds start rolling, my tears come back pouring. Every memory washes away like the dust off a window pane. I hate the rain. Oh, I hate the rain. Maybe it's the gloomy days that brings back all the pain I've had to push away. I hate the rain, it reminds me of harder days, like the day you ran away and said you couldn't be saved. When the clouds start rolling, my tears come back pouring. Every memory washes away like the dust off a window pane. I hate the rain. Oh, I hate the rain. I hate the rain.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of The Wave. Make sure to check out Kenna Elpers on our Spotify playlist and give her a follow on Instagram.
And you can follow our Instagram to keep up with the show and check out past episodes on IGTV. See you next week.